The next top story, number two top story of the week, is why writers should embrace Bitcoin. This is from Siggy47, books and articles territory, 33 comments, 2,362 sets. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah, Siggy wrote about writers. Well, basically trying to get writers to come to Bitcoin and use Bitcoin and maybe use the platforms that allow them to earn Bitcoin for writing, because Siggy is seeing, I think, the industry for like writers, specifically, I guess, fiction. He mentioned fiction here, TV writers, and I think some other, yeah, specifically TV writers. They're making a lot less money now because a lot of them are using AI to generate content and fill the gaps and their kind of lineup of shows or whatever. And so they're facing a lot of competition and maybe having trouble making money, or they're, the studios or whatever have become more efficient and just kind of found ways to cut them out. Yeah, so Siggy's inviting writers to come to Nostr, come to Stacker.News, and make sets for their writings. I have my cousin-in-law used to write for children's animation. He used to write stories for children's animation. They were employed as a TV writer, but apparently that industry is gone. The way I describe, like I guess just a year ago, they basically was just completely taken out. She described it as they would hire like writing rooms that were contractors and paid extremely low wages. But even that is like relatively scarce now. But before, she was like a staff writer at a big studio doing these kinds of shows for like a lower age demographic, making cartoons. But there's no need anymore. So yeah, maybe if you're a writer and you would like to make money for it, this is a way to do it. I think, but I would guess the best, like, writers at the top of their league, the top of their class, are probably still able to make money. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's enough Bitcoin flowing yet for them to make a living. So
Yeah, I think most just people these days have to have multiple skill sets. You have to have like, you have to be able to, I mean, like pleb dev is a perfect example, right? Like Austin, like you have to be content creator, you have to be a coder, you got to be a public speaker. You got to have a day job, you got to have a night job, you got to, you got to do like everything. I think that's just the way of the world now. I don't know. So I think writing's just one tool in your toolbox. But I think Stacker.News is a perfect place to do writing where you can get paid. I think I saw a post this week where I think it was Nick Carter or something. It showed up on Stacker.News. Did you see that post? There's a Nick Carter post.
He switched. Well, he's switching from Medium to Substack.
Was it in here that he said that, or
no? That
I saw it in here somewhere, but
Scoresby wrote a post about, or Scoresby shared a link to Nick Carter describing his transition from Medium to Substack. And I think he said on Medium over the last like 5 years or something, he had made $1.
Yeah, that's crazy because Nick Carter writes amazing and he's like prolific writer on all things Bitcoin and crypto. And he only made $1, which is crazy. Like so many people made money off of that guy. Like, you know what I mean? And to only make $1 off of, you said Medium? That's insane.
But to be fair, he also, in that time period, he like, while he only made $1 directly, he did like turn that influence that he earned from writing into his coin metrics company and then his fund. So
sure.
But so he did end up recouping,
sure,
I would say, all the time he spent doing that.
Sure. But I'm just saying, like, the fact that they didn't rev share him something, like, that's just weird. That's just really weird. They didn't rev share him anything. But anyway, hopefully he was able to take, and I don't even think they gave him like email subscribers. So I'm not even sure if he was able to take that list with him to Substack. So that's another thing too. So he didn't even get to take his audience.
Medium does not give you access to your subscriber base.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever used Medium. Maybe I have. But I know Substack does. But anyway, long story short, what I'm trying to get at is like, yeah, I think there's just I think more creators are gonna go where the money's at, and then I think even fiat, like that's gonna reach a tipping point where some people are just not gonna see. I mean, if you're a musician, you already know that just by being in Spotify for over a decade. That and then most writers are gonna realize that too at some point. Hopefully, this decade, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm actually not making money by being on a fiat platform because all the revenue goes towards the top 1-2%, and then that's when they're going to realize, oh, Bitcoin's the only way, and then that's when they'll come. But they won't realize that like musicians did until like it hits the 10-year thing. So we're still early. Anyways, cool.